probably not resonate for everyone, but it will be a lot of drama. We've got somebody who in the near future regrets their activity on social media. This could be someone who is flirting with someone that is not a very good individual. This could be somebody who is sharing their location when they shouldn't. But we have a pretty concerning card from the True Crime deck. I think you know what that other word is, right? I don't know what YouTube gets upset about. But like I said, this is not for everyone. This is, however, a good reminder for everyone that you should be really cautious with what you share about yourself online and make sure that you're not overly trusting of people with personal information or meeting them in places where you don't feel safe. This is definitely a warning for someone in particular, or perhaps a little bit of insight into like a case that is already existing. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chanta. I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box, along with more information on how to become a member. Let's dive in with, we're going to go with the Noisy Tarot. What else do we have, please? We have the Emperor, the Six of Swords, somebody who's traveling. Nine of Cups in the reverse, Star in the reverse. Someone who may get lost or end up in the wrong place on their travels. We have the Nine of Cups in the reverse and the Star in the reverse. That's not excellent energy, right? But it does seem to be tied to a location. Like when you're trying to deal with a flat tire and it's 11 p.m. at night, you might be particularly selective about which gas station you stop at or where you stop to plug in the thing that inflates your tires, right? Hello, James. How are you doing? Hello. Is it Sikander? Or Sikander? I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Hello, HH. How are you? Hello, True. We have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse and the Ten of Pentacles. And to address your question, it is fulfilling to help people. And if that doesn't make sense, that's okay. We've got Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, indicating somebody who feels like they need assistance, or somebody who is taking a little bit of a risk doing something against their better judgment, because the Nine of Pentacles being in the reverse could be ignoring that intuition in order to get some money or in order to maybe potentially get into a relationship with someone. But this is like, it's got warning signs that somebody is ignoring. Like, yeah, I know this could be bad, but bad things happen to other people, that kind of thing. Hello, Luis. How are you? LOL, Kyle. Hello, Jay. What's up? Hello, David. Hello, Woozy. Yes, I have. Hello, Billy. What's up, Jacula? I appreciate that. Hello, Brad. Hello, Sun. Hello, Minnesota Picker. Hello, Lex. So we've got the Five of Wands, an argument or a disagreement that happens. It could even be that because of an argument, we have somebody who's willing to ignore their intuition. Like normally I wouldn't drive this far, or normally I wouldn't be in this part of town at this time, but things have adjusted my routine. Or because I'm upset because I've had an argument, I go on social media to try to connect with somebody, and I connect with somebody who's not very trustworthy, obviously. All right, this is the Jack-o'-lantern tarot. Hello, Alphonse, how you doing? I'm from the stars, neither. Hello, Wyatt, how are you doing? We are not. Hello, Jimmy. Hello, Sir Max. I think we've had issues with you before, so I think this is where we part ways. I do hope that you find that sometimes you can use your beliefs to find ways to connect with others instead of look down at them. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Hello, CPT. How are you doing? Hello, Ether. I do personal questions about 30 minutes into the general or after the general reading, with priority to those who tip or donate. So we've got the King of Wands in the reverse, the Tower, the Star in the reverse, and the Three of Cups in the reverse. More and more, this looks like somebody who is willing to do something a little bit out of character, or ignore the warning signs, or be a little bit wild because they are like on the rebound or angry over a disagreement. So this Tower could be like a breakup, for example. King of Wands in reverse is clarifying the Emperor. So heavy on the fire energy. We could be talking about an Aries, for example. But this is also indicative of somebody who's normally got the ability to stay pretty cool under pressure. They're losing their temper, or they have lost their temper. They're dealing with a lot happening all at once. And this person, maybe they just like to go for a drive when they're having some frustrating situations going on. Maybe this is someone who decides, I just need to get out of town for a weekend. But when they do, there's somebody that they could potentially encounter who has not good intentions. If you missed like the first 3 cards, you might want to go look at that. Again, I don't know what YouTube gets mad about in terms of certain words, but this is somebody who is okay with schmilance. They do not have good intentions. Hello, August. How are you doing? Hello, Tara by Nature. Oh, did you want me to check on that? Just let me know what it was. What else do we have? Queen of Swords. The Hanged Man. And the Moon. Yeah, this is someone who's ignoring their intuition at every turn in order to put themselves in a situation. Okay, this is weird. I guess it's kind of similar to Twilight, where she's trying to put herself in dangerous situations because then she feels close to the dude she's missing. We'll just put it that way so I don't spoil anything for anyone, even though that was like 20 years ago, you guys. Putting themselves in a not so great situation, probably at nighttime, to be honest. Meeting somebody they shouldn't, or going to a bar, turning on their location. I don't know, but this is kind of like somebody's looking for trouble. Like, I know this isn't the best place for me to be at this time, but it's what I feel like doing. So what are you going to do about it, kind of thing. This is the Egyptian Tarot. Hello, Thomas. How are you doing? Hello, Antonio. Thomas, I record the readings for you, so we don't have to worry about aligning schedules. That can be like half the battle right there. But I do have, they start at $40 USD. I do have my email address in the description box for you. It's wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. Hello, Joe. How are you doing? I see. Well, I'm going to remove that. I encourage you to be a little bit more discerning, because that's not the intention here. All right. Well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Hello, Anju. How you doing? Or Anush? Sorry. We have the Ten of Swords, the Fool, and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So because someone's frustrated over a difficult thing that happened, they take off maybe on a trip. Maybe they, just decide to go to the more like sketchy part of town. I don't know. Maybe this is even somebody who goes back to see somebody that they've had an argument with, knowing that things are still kind of not good, right? Knight of Pentacles in the reverse is saying not enough time has passed, or the timing is off, and it's like wrong place, wrong time. Knight of Swords in the reverse, impulsive behavior, trying to get away from someone in particular, trying to get away from some thoughts. I'm hearing Bartender by Dave Matthews Band. Page of Cups. This is like someone fresh off a breakup gets some invite from a random off of a dating app, and they're like, okay, cool. I don't really like that part of town, but whatever. I just want to like get out of the house. When there's plenty of reasons that this person has to not go where they want to go. I feel like there's a particularly big sign, like when you're kind of dragging your feet, you don't really want to go somewhere. You have these intuitive feelings telling you, maybe don't go to this part of town, or maybe don't go to that party, right? Hey, you too, Alabama. Hello, Rolly. You as well, George. Hello, Reese. How are you doing? Please don't repeat your messages. I'm going to put you in a little baby timeout. You want to come back tomorrow and not focus on politics or spamming? You are welcome to come back. Hello, Imtiaz? I don't know if I said that right. Is that an L or an I? Either way, welcome. Six of Cups in the reverse. This is a stranger that you don't know. Or a stranger that this Emperor doesn't know. Remember, the Emperor doesn't have to be a man. They did come through as the Emperor and the King of Wands in the reverse, indicating somebody who has lost control or feels like maybe they don't want to be in control. Maybe they want to feel like things are a little bit wild and crazy. We have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. I do think that this is largely due to a no contact situation, or somebody who feels like a romantic relationship has ended. This is the Earth and Bones Tarot. Hello, CR. Welcome. How are you doing? Hello, Gracious. Hello, James. How are you doing? There's more detail on my channel page, but this is a general reading right now, leveraging tarot cards and oracle. And thank you for the likes and subscribes. Wow, we've got another Eight of Wands. This time it's in the upright. We just had that as the last card from the Egyptian tarot, along with the Three of Cups in the reverse, which we got earlier on as well. So this is like, don't go there. If you know that that's not a place where you feel safe, then maybe don't put yourself in that situation. Again, I don't think this reading is going to resonate for a lot of people. It may be more of like a biting your nails, like true crime situation for some of you, but this is like, you got to be vigilant or discerning in terms of where you go and how you meet new people, right? Hello, Jamie. How are you doing? Hello, Sun. This is a general collective reading. Over and over again, we're getting the Star in the reverse. We've gotten it 1, 2, 3 times, and I've pulled from 4 tarot decks. This is like, don't go there. Do not go. There could be car problems for someone, and that could be that, like, kind of last minute, like, why are you doing this? Don't go there. The universe is trying to deter you from going somewhere. Justice and the Magician, because you would be encountering somebody that you have misjudged, someone who is more nefarious than you expect. 4 of Wicks or 4 of Wands. Stay at home. 8 of Petals, 8 of Pentacles. We're gonna puzzle. Paint your laundry room. Wash your dog. There's something you can do instead to work through this anger or this frustration, that impulsive energy that makes you want to do something kind of crazy or careless could end up being a pretty poor decision for whoever this is for. All right, let's see what we get from, this is the Fairy Lenormand. Hello, Deputy. How you doing? Hello, Alone. Hello, Joy. Hello, Garima. Hello, Marjana. I'm sorry you feel that way. You can be nice or I'll time you out. Hello, Yvette. What's going on? Garima, I'm going to put you in a little timeout. Please don't repeat your messages. And for those interested in personal questions, I do that about 30 minutes into the reading, with priority to those who tip. We have the Snake, number 7. Someone who cannot be trusted, somebody who's lying about who they are, or somebody who's lying about their intentions. Offering something or making it seem like things are great. This could be somebody who's like, hey, I'm throwing a party, you should come. I know I don't know you, but we could meet somewhere first, and then if I seem normal, you can come back to my place and join the party. There's no party. There's some ruse here to get somebody in a location that is dangerous. But see, this mountain keeps referring to, like, there are things that get in your way, like your shoulder bag getting caught on the doorknob as you're trying to leave, or not being able to start your car properly, or, oh crap, I left my ID in the house, I have to go back in anyways, maybe I should just stay. This was maybe not a great idea. There are things that try to get you to acknowledge it's not really the best choice. They like you do, Brad. Hello, Holland. How are you doing? Hello, Michael. There's always hope. Just gotta make sure you're working on the things that you need to as an individual. What else do we have? Migration, number 15. Initiate, beginnings, freedom, adventure, and first step. I think this is someone who feels like they can go meet someone new after a relationship ends, and they're like, I'm going to be a little bit wild about it. Because I'm mad and I feel rejected, I'm going to go somewhere with a bunch of people I don't know so I can feel attractive. But your intuition is telling you don't go. Hello, Sarah. How are you doing? All right, this is the Kipper. Hello, Tommy. How are you doing? Hello, Capo. What's up? Oh, I'm sorry you don't like it, Alexandru. But I still wish you the best. All right, so we've got the privileged lady. Concern in the reverse, distant horizon. Yeah. So take it how it resonates. But this privileged lady could be the person that like broke up with our main character here. Or this could be the person who's being advised not to go where they want to go. So we have concern in the reverse and distant horizons. Could even be, oh, this person looks legit. I don't have to worry about them. Well, maybe they're catfishing you. Maybe they've completely lied about who they are. This is like danger, Will Robinson. Stay at home and play some video games or watch Downton Abbey. You know? Not to like tell you to not go for a social life here, but this is whoever this reading is for. It's like, no. You think you might find someone you could be in a relationship with. That's a real coffin. Not just things ended, because it could be about a relationship ending, right? Which I think is the impetus here. The third card that I pulled out was a card of somebody with really bad intentions. So yeah, this is a warning for someone who wants to be a little bit wild, a little bit too wild. Hello, Zambia. How you doing? Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. Hello, Amy. How are you doing? I do personal questions at the end of the general, which is usually about 30 minutes in, with priority to those who tip. We've got caught in a compromising position. Yeah, see, this looks to me like I catch a partner in passionate throes with somebody else. I get frustrated. The relationship ends. And it's like, I'm going to drive home or I'm going to move elsewhere or I'm going to go visit my best friend 2 hours away. Whatever it is, it's like I've got to erase this picture from my mind of catching someone I care about with another person. So I want to go out and just like feel wanted. Because this person they've been dealing with has been playing games with them. So this is part of why we have the risk-taking energy coming through. This Emperor, King of Wands in the reverse feels like they've lost control over this relationship situation, so they kind of want to roll the dice passionately. You know, I'm going to go out and somebody else will be interested in me. You just watch. Maybe even just a little bit of like, you hurt me, so I'm going to show you how quickly I can find somebody else. Just find some ice cream instead. Hello, Sean. How are you doing? Hello, Mary Lou. What's up? Sean, I hope things get better for you. Hello, TBC. Please don't repeat your messages. So we have ex-partner, not completely over a past relationship. This person, our Emperor, is being impulsive because they're frustrated over this breakup. We have obstacles and toxic. So because I'm dealing with a toxic relationship, I thought we were working towards it, but it turns out they were lying to me. Now I feel like all of the effort I put into something is worthless. And for some, I think we have somebody that wants to be petty. I want to get you back. Not like back as my partner, but like I want revenge. I want to find a way to make you hurt because you hurt me. Doesn't always go very well. You can most of the time rely on the universe to do a better job of it anyways. Oh, I already greeted you. Did you miss it? So we've got the fallen angel. Was it even real, the paradise I fell from? Or are they just a nightmare, the realms I now roam? Dagger, action, bravery, and determination. So perhaps we have somebody who felt like they were doing right by their relationship, felt like they had something really good going on, and it's been really devastating to realize that all of that has fallen apart in front of their face, especially if they literally I can't talk, catch somebody in the act. Yeah. So we have the potion card, transformation, resourcefulness, change, and key, sharp insight, opportunities, and hidden potential. So this person, this emperor, has the intuitive skill to know this is not a good idea. They have the ability to put to use this restless energy for something good, whether it's eating ice cream or doing a puzzle, right? They could put that energy into something instead of being restless and looking for trouble. All right. Let's see what else we've got. This is the situations deck. Hello, DH. How are you doing? Hello, Idris. How's your day? Kat, we have the Emperor and the Moon. A stranger. So I feel like this is someone going out to meet a person off of a dating app or something similar to that. But it's not who they think, or the person has very different intentions. Maybe they think, they just want some passion. They're looking for worse trouble. Yeah. See, access granted to somebody who doesn't deserve it. Fake profile. Hiding. I think this is catfishing or someone being completely dishonest about who they are because of their intentions. Hello, Rob Lad. Is that what it is? How are you doing? Love. Crushed. So this is a heartbroken individual. This King of Wands in the reverse, Emperor. This is someone who feels like everything's gone south or everything has been messed up. So it's a little bit of like devil may care kind of energy, right? Yeah, it's unfortunate, isn't it? Hello, Josie. How are you doing? So we have soulmate, similar, friendship, romantic partner. Feeling like you've lost a soulmate or lost someone you thought you could have a real connection with. But this person, I feel like they have the money to take a trip. Hamster wheel is in the reverse, which is about, being a little bit stressed about finances. It's in the reverse. This person's like, okay, well, I'll go wherever I want then. I can go to Vegas. I could, fly to Paris. This is somebody who decides to take off randomly because they can afford it and because they're frustrated with what has recently happened. But the signs keep telling them not to do this. It's like you go to buy the plane ticket and the system crashes. Or you go to, like I said, start your car and it's struggling. There's issues here that pop up, multiple issues that are meant to reinforce the intuition, warning this emperor, you shouldn't be going here, and you know it. Hello, binary. Hello, guy 278. That's awesome, Joy. Hello, 11th hour. How are you doing? So this come together card is coming out in the reverse. Even though there's this pull to do something a little bit wild or a strong temptation to do something impulsive and crazy. Maybe it's just about like, I want to post something on my story that really confuses that person. I want them questioning who I'm with. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. This is saying do not meet this person. They are not trustworthy. This is What's the News? Hey, Llama, I think that's a little bit of projection. If you would like to come back tomorrow with a positive attitude, you are welcome to come back. Hello, Freeze. How you doing? Hello, Shane. What's up? So we've got light bulb moment. This is that sun card that came out earlier, right? You see the similarities? We've got somebody who's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe there's some inconsistency in this person. Like they call you by the wrong name, or they tell you that they're from New Orleans, and then the next time they talk about where they're from, they say Chicago, and you're like, hold on a second. It's a little weird to me that you'd be lying about where you're from. And initially, they might just kind of chalk it up to, well, we're in a party situation or at a bar, so maybe this person just kind of forgot. But there continues to be exit ramps for this emperor. You don't need to be here. You don't need to go there. You don't need to meet this person. You don't need to risk this. An opportunity to realize who this person is truly versus who they're saying that they are. And then realizing, you know what, maybe I should just work on my healing. Maybe I should just take like a nice bath or read a book. They do, it's true. Heart to heart, deep conversations, and sneaky link. This is someone who feels like if they can have one substantive conversation with a person online, that they have enough riz or charm to convince people to meet them in kind of shady places or without really getting too much conversation under their belt. So even if you're just real set on finding someone who enjoys getting naked, be more discerning, be more selective. This is not the right person. They might be real good at convincing people that they're nice. But I mean, there are actors everywhere. There are people who are willing to put on an act all the time. So when you have intuition screaming at you, not the one, don't like them, nope, ain't right, nope, don't be determined to be petty, right? Don't be determined to even the score. You can even the score by going through a glow up. Show them it was a poor choice. Focus on yourself. What else do we have? Sipping, nosy, spreading rumors, and gossiping. This is like, no, I want people to be trying to figure out where I am, who I'm seeing, or why I went on this trip. It's not worth it. ask a friend in a different city to send you a picture if you need that effect. I don't care. But, like, we don't need that. Hello, Bayans. How you doing? Hello, Spoder. Hello, Brandon. How you doing? We've got brick wall, defense mechanism, guarded, and hard to reach. It's like all of a sudden, after this person tells you where to meet, they stop responding. Which could be one of those last minute, like, hey, if this person's not responsive, why would you still go to a place where you don't really feel comfortable? Why would you feel comfortable meeting a person who's not making sure that you get there okay? You know what I mean? Hello, Spirit. How are you doing? Oh, that's awesome. Likewise. Hello, Amin. I do personal questions usually about this time. I don't have any on my list right now, so I might actually bounce and eat some breakfast, but I will be back later in the day for some personal questions as well. I do feel like there's just a little bit more of a message. We'll go with the Marigold Tarot. What's up, Bestie Tiana? How you doing? What else do we have? Ten of Swords in the reverse. Eight of Rings and the Page of Rings or Page of Pentacles. So you can avoid a difficult situation by focusing on something you want to work on or something you need to work on instead. Even if it's not super exciting for you, it's still going to be the safer, better choice for yourself. Whether that's sewing a Christmas gift for your nephew or ordering some new scent oils, jewelry. Do something restorative for yourself, healing for yourself, and this looks like a stay home. Don't meet this person. Block this person if you would. If you get negative vibes from someone, just like check in and see if that's something you really need to pay closer attention to, you know? Ooh. Yeah, that's scary. What else do we have? Yeah, thank you for liking and subscribing. We've got Ace of Rings or Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, Strength, and the Five of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, I think this is one of those, you got to be able to conquer the anger or the frustration that you feel from somebody else's actions and be able to still hold yourself to the same level of behavior. Meaning, don't lash out at somebody. Don't act like a 12-year-old. Don't sleep with their brother or sister or whatever it is. You know, like, there are all these things that make for great storylines if you want to be like on a reality television show. But if you have this energy within you and it's making you feel restless, put it into something. Go work out. Go for a run. Hang out with your best friend's dog who likes to like chase you around, you know? Do something positive with that energy instead of putting yourself in a dangerous situation or meeting someone who is definitely not worth your time. Hello, Aya. How you doing? Would you like me to pull a few random cards for you? All right, let's see what we've got. Hey, Des, that's a little rude. You wanna think about that for a little bit, and if you want to come back someday, you could be perhaps a little bit more polite. That'll be great. Hello, Bitchy Tata. What's up? Okay, sounds good, Aya. We're gonna go with the Mystical Cat Tarot. Yeah, I might not do that. All right, what do we have for Aya, please? We have the Chariot. And Good Kitty, which is the Judgment card. Very positive energy, Aya. There's forward movement for you as a result of decisions that you've been making. I do feel like it's more than one decision. So this feels to me like leveling up or moving away from something that wasn't very easy. So elevation, moving on to the next chapter. Seven of Fire or Seven of Wands talks about divine timing, and Sea Kitten or the Page of Cups. This looks to me like an offer coming in with regards to a new beginning. So it's the right time for something to change in a very positive way for you. So keep your eyes peeled for opportunities, or make sure if something initially seems like a meh opportunity, make sure you really know what you're looking at before you walk away from it. We have Consequences in the reverse, which is Justice, by the way, in the reverse. Six of Fire, Six of Wands in the reverse, and the Three of Earth. Okay, so this is like there's an opportunity for you to change something in your career, or there's an opportunity for you to change who you associate with. You may have moved, you may be trying to get a different job, but there's definitely something here about you being guided away from a community, work, or social before ish hits the fan. Because this is not your loss. There are other people that are supposed to take on the consequences of a loss, and it wasn't meant to hit you. So I do feel like you're moving to a new place, or you're getting out of that environment because it's not supposed to impact you. I hope that works for you. Hello, Dana. How are you doing? Hello, Michelle. Yep, I feel that. Bayan's asked for a quick general reading. What do we have? Tom, which is the Knight of Cups. Eight of Sky or the Eight of Swords. And the Earth King or the King of Pentacles in the reverse. This looks to me like consequences you may not expect, financial consequences you may not expect for an action if you act too quickly. So this is encouraging you to be a bit more reserved or quiet initially when things happen, because it could cause problems for you. I'm trying to think of... It could even be causing instability in a living situation, because pentacles are about that stability, right? So be cautious. Wait for a moment before you say something, or understand all the information before you make a judgment, because it could cause a problem for you. For me, it's coming through as somebody who reveals information when they shouldn't. And the best way that I can give an example of that is that there was someone... How do I say this? There was someone I thought it would be funny to kind of catch up, and I said, hey, so when did you quit smoking? And he looks at me, he's like, how did you know that I smoked? It's like, I didn't until you just admitted it. It's something like that, right? Where you could potentially admit something that you don't really need to say, so being quiet is a better option. Thank you, Tiana. So Tarot by Nature is asking, what is the tea on his work trip? Let's get that for you so you don't have to go there. We're going to go with the Cat's Eye Tarot. What is going on with his work trip for Tarot by Nature? Sun in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Temperance in the reverse. Nothing good? This looks like a step backwards. So if this were, like, I'm thinking back on a training trip where I had to go to California for a couple of weeks in order to go through the training that was required, and how a lot of people would look at that as cool. I got like 2 weeks off from my family. I'm going to party every night, and you'll be able to tell what I drank the next morning when you're in my like general vicinity. Some of these people went real hard on the partying, right? That's what this feels like. Temperance is in the reverse. I think we've got someone who is not being responsible with this opportunity. And I also feel like Sun is in the reverse because it's like it's not achieving what it's supposed to achieve, right? Two of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Ace of Cups. This feels more like how this person feels towards you. They feel like they have to put up some sort of facade of things being stable or in a good situation in order to defend their position, whatever that might be. I don't have to change this, or I don't need to work on that, or I wasn't lying when I said this. But they don't seem to realize that what they're doing is shortchanging themselves on the self-care or the way they should be treating themselves. They look at it as, I'm doing what I want, and it's great, and you can't stop me. But I'm going to let you think that everything is perfect, and I am learning everything I need to, because your perception of me is important. But I'm not going to do what you want me to do. No. You'll believe what I say. That kind of thing. Hello, Willie. How are you doing? Hello, Max. Hello, Aishwarya. How you doing? Hello, Rebecca. How's your day going? Do you have a question? Yeah, I wouldn't trust this guy. Is there someone else out there for Tarot by Nature? What do we get? The Lovers. Now, this is a card that talks about soulmates, and it's also a card that talks about choices, my friend. Do you want to choose the past, out here acting a fool, or do you want to choose somebody new? New. Oh, I hope you feel better soon. Do we hear from Rebecca? Rebecca, let me know if you have a question, please. I do that too. I feel ya. Hello, Dana. I'm going to write down Rebecca, and if I hear or see, I should say, a question, then that's awesome. Otherwise, we've got Dana, message from Mom and Grandpa Frantisek. This is the Weird Cat Tarot. You're welcome. What do we have for Dana from her mom, please? The Chariot. Temperance in the reverse, and the Knight of Cups. I feel like this is a message about your car or your transportation. I don't know if maybe you take the bus. But the Chariot can be a reference to a vehicle, and it's unusual that the Knight of Cups is like not a horse, basically, but that could also be somebody who's traveling, right? There's something here that's not balanced or something here that needs to be addressed pertaining to how you get around. It could be you need to be a little bit more discerning as far as whatever public transportation you utilize, or if it's something that you own, then it needs to be maybe just like taken in and looked at, especially if there's like a weird alarm or noise happening. Hello, Ryan. How are you doing? What about from Grandpa Frantic for Dana, please? 7 of Swords in the reverse. Page of Swords. 9 of Wands. There's someone here who has been talking about you, and you may be worried about it being negative or manipulative in some way, but I see this actually as being somebody who has been defensive of you. Maybe not like your biggest fan, but they have stood up for you. So this is kind of letting you know, if you're assuming the worst about how someone perceives you, to kind of lighten up on that a little bit and don't be so harsh on yourself. Hello, Lisa. How are you doing? Hello, Cynthia. Welcome. All right. I still don't see anything from Rebecca. Aishwarya, I'm going to ask about that for you. Is this soon-to-be-born child a reincarnation of... I'm so sorry you went through that. The son that was lost last year. Yes. It wasn't the right time. It's like... when you show up for a flight and it gets canceled because of weather and happens again the next day. This is going to be a very intuitive child and repair to something that has been broken. So I appreciate that for you. And I hope it goes well. You're welcome, Dana. Hey, Rebecca, did you have a question? Hello, Skemmy. I do feel like there's a very strong social media connection for the general reading because this was the first card I pulled. So it looks like it could be like a dating app connection or somebody on, like one of the big socials. But it's like, danger, don't do that. Yeah. I don't think it's a reading for everyone, but it's always a good thing for us to be discerning as far as meeting people that we don't know, right? Why is what's her face at work giving me the creeps? Ooh, this is good. This is good. Why is what's her face giving Tiana the creeps? What? Does this person have a crush on you? Not that that's... don't take that the wrong way. I was expecting this would be somebody who was like going to come through as like a liar or somebody who, magician in the reverse, a little manipulative, that kind of thing. King of Wands, 2 of Cups, Ace of Cups. Did they look at your bum? This person might be real strange around people that they have a crush on. Like, I don't know how to interact or flirt with people that I like. So instead, I just insult them. It's normal, right? Um, King of Wands. This person thinks you're attractive. Two of Cups, Ace of Cups. The only other interpretation I could see for this is somebody is jealous of your friendship or jealous of how you, like, everyone likes you. So it could be I'm being fake to you and like kind of love bombing you almost in a friendship way, because I feel like if I'm not friends with you, then nobody else will like you or like me. But I feel like this person's attracted to you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Luca. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Hello, Michelle. How's it going? SEU is asking, should I stay with the one I'm with right now? Knight of Swords in the reverse says no. Strength in the reverse. This is somebody who blocks your journey or is not as committed to working on themselves. So let's use, for example, you decide you want to start working out or going to the gym because you want to lose 20 pounds. This person's going to work against you and buy donuts and your favorite fast food and get mad at you when you go to the gym. It doesn't have to be about fitness, but this is somebody who gets in the way of the things that you should be working on. And I do feel like you want to work on those things. If you encounter people who want to hold you back because they're fearful of working on their own things, then there's not a lot of amazing connection energy that you can get from somebody who literally wants to see you fail in your spiritual journey, right? Yeah. Hey, that's cool, Eloy. I'm glad you don't like it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Hey, Matt. How's it going? Thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate that. And then we have the King of Cups. I feel like you have a lot to offer and that there's someone better out there for you that would recognize some of the same things that you do or help you to see some of the other things that you don't. This person holds you back instead. I hope that helps you, and remember, you deserve to be treated well. Of course, you're welcome. What's out there for Skimmy, for love? I'm seeing your intuition being blocked right now, Skimmy. Judgment in the reverse, High Priestess in the reverse. So be cautious. You might fall for some BS right now because the BS-ometer is like not working. You just need some time to like clean slate. The mindset will change for you, I feel like, over the next 3 weeks. Remember, if you're trying to start a new routine or get into the habit of something good, it takes about 21 days for those things to change. Be patient with yourself. I do feel like there's going to be change in your mood and your intuition comes back, or is more like you're more tapped into it. But with the Four of Pentacles, this is saying you got to keep to yourself a little bit these next couple of weeks. So if you're wanting to get right back out there, it's a no for me, dog, because you're going to run into repeats of the same problems, which is kind of the universe's way of saying, come on now. What'd you take, like 8 hours off from dating and now you want to go back into it? Date yourself for a little bit. Read some books, watch some TV that nobody else wants, play some games, learn how to crochet, something along those lines. And then in a couple of weeks, it's going to be a different mindset. Thank you, Joy. Hello, Pharaoh. How are you doing? Thank you. What should Rebecca know about the job that was started 5 months ago? You've got Page of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. There is There's someone who asks you to complete a task and doesn't give you all of the details. I don't know if this person wants you to not do well or if this person is just a little bit too rushed when they're giving you these directions. But it's like I give you 5 of 8 steps. I don't give you the whole story, almost by half, right? So when someone mentions this is what I need to do, it may be helpful in that moment or whenever it's appropriate to follow up. Could you give me the process by which you'd like me to follow or approach this particular task? Or just to confirm, this is my understanding of what I should be doing for this task. If you clarify that, then you get those other 3 things, or you get that additional information that's really important. So when this new task or when this, hey, can you do me a favor kind of thing comes up, make sure you clearly understand what they're really asking for and you'll avoid some issues. I love that, Jenny. Yep, patience is a virtue. I believe in you, Scammy. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and I will see you in the next reading. Toodles.